And action.
After talking about how we want to sit when we don't have a backrest, we now need to talk about how we sit when we do have a backrest. So, a lot of questions in the car, at my desk, on a plane, or any other place where you're sitting for a long period of time. The main goal is to take that nice posture we learned unsupported to bring it backwards to that reclined position. And how do I support this? The first thing is supporting your low back. A lot of times that contour is not based off of your body. It's going to be based off of whoever it was modeled after. So I can take a pillow behind my back, and I'm only putting it up under my bottom because this chair has an open back, but you're just going to shove it down there and try to fill in the spaces. So I'm filling in the spaces, and I feel nice and supported here. So that's the back. A big one people don't think about are our arms. Our limbs are very heavy. So I want to make sure I'm supporting my arms, and this will change your life if you have to sit down and you have to do computer work, if you're sitting on a plane for a long time, if you have neck pain, shoulder pain, upper back pain, supporting your arms is really going to help you out. So I can just take a pillow, I can fold it up. I want to make sure I'm supporting the whole limb, really at the elbow, getting my arm on there and relaxing. So I can sit here and type. I have the other arm supported as well. Maybe I have a pillow underneath my laptop so that I can keep everything in a nice solid position. If you're in the car, we obviously want to watch out on how much support we're adding around the arms and neck, because safety is really going to trump all of that. But in the car, I might grab my jacket that I have and just gather it up underneath my elbow so that I can at least rest one of my elbows there while I'm driving safely. So the next thing we need to do is talk about legs. Now that we've reclined backward, we've really changed the hip angle. So I need to bring my legs along for the ride. So I can take something like a textbook or a stool and put it underneath my feet to whatever appropriate height is going to work for me. You're going to have to play around with this at home. We'll play around with it in the clinic. So we're here. I've really reclined backward, and now my hip has really opened up. I can come here and bring something underneath my foot. Same reasoning as the arm. The leg is heavy. We do not want all of this pulling on our back. So this is really useful again on the plane. So you're sitting on the plane, they have you positioned in this weird contorted position. I like to bring, once it's safe, bring my bag from underneath the seat in front of me, get my feet supported on it, get my arm support, and get my neck support, which is what we're going to talk about next. So with the neck, it really depends on the seating surface and what you have available. So on the seat I'm on right now, I don't really have much of a way to support my neck. But if I was on my couch, or I was on my recliner, or if I was on an airplane, I could have a blanket behind me, I could have my jacket behind me, whatever you have on board. And if that's draped behind me, I can take that and crunch that up to fill in the space so that I am supporting my neck there. So the next thing, a lot of times in a car, we have a bucket seat. Very frequently, the width of that car seat is much narrower than what our pelvis is. So a lot of times, I might have someone, and I look at their car seat, where let's fold up a towel. Pretend this is a much bigger towel. This is a hand towel. You'd want to use probably a bath towel. And we fold that up, and we would lay that in that bucket seat to try to flatten out the seat. We'll pretend this is a big towel. Flatten that seat out so that you are not being pushed into weird positions with your hips. Now I'm driving, my seat's a little more flat, my legs aren't being pushed inward. Maybe your seat really comes backward and you want to support yourself a little more forward. Something to play around with. Another support we can do, I usually do this with a bath towel, I'm going to show it with this little hand towel, is by making a little U. And this is a nice way to just cradle your pelvis so that you aren't getting into a slumpy position. So that U is going to go on your seat. What's nice about this is you could also use something portable like your blanket or a scarf, something that's available on your person already. And I want to sit on that U so that my sit bones are right inside it and they're being cradled. So now I'm being supported upward. and I'm not coming backward. This is a great support if you're going to be watching a lecture for a long time and you don't have a back in order to rest back on. We also can do a support just for the sacrum. This is another one I suggest in the car a lot, depending on what I see, is you're going to take a towel, or very frequently we recommend a wallet. A wallet might be this sized. And when I go to sit down, I'm going to put this right on my sacrum. And what's useful when you're driving is as you use the pedal, your pelvis is going to move, and this adds some support back there. Right. Lastly, maybe we want a little more support around the thoracic spine. You can take that same pillow I showed you for your low back. Maybe it's a lot taller, a lot more vertical. You can support the whole back with that. You can also take another long bath towel and roll it up, and you can lay that on the seat like this to support your spine. Or if it's a bigger towel, you can even loop it so that it's supporting on either side of the spine. So I would lean back, and maybe it's directly on my spine and that pressure feels very nice and supported, or have it looped so there's two of them and my spine cradles in the space in between, and now I feel a nice support there. Once again, all of these definitely talk to your therapist about, because safety is a concern, especially in the car. We do not want to modify things that could impact your safety. There you go.